The guys who are about to emerge in front of your face are not prepared for what is about to happen. The bankruptcy plan of FTX, which provides for the complete repayment of cryptocurrency consumers in cash together with interest, has been approved by a judge named Justin. Why is this such a huge group of guys? This is completely devoid of any rationale because take a look at the amount that they are going to settle with the clients. John Dorsey, the judge who presided over the bankruptcy proceedings for AC, gave his approval to FTX's plan to reimburse its cryptocurrency clients in cash plus interest. Guys, the strategy enables FTX to fully reimburse consumers by utilizing the $16 billion in assets that have been recovered since the collapse of the defunct cryptocurrency exchange. Exactly. Could you take a look at that? Ladies and gentlemen, do you comprehend what this means? I was able to decipher the code. The code was broken by us. Please give the video from today a thumbs up. I am grateful to you. Is the first. Tether prints 16 times the amount of $16 billion. On a certain day, right at. It is typical for them to produce $1 billion worth of US, but this is 16 times that amount, and everyone will be getting their money back. Add to that. As a result of the tables, I am fairly certain that all of this will be purchasing pressure. What do you mean, guys? They have missed out on all of those opportunities, and now they want to put it back in. What I find really strange, however, is that you know what I mean. There is a connection between it and the charts, or wait, the charts are becoming more bullish with each passing day. On the other hand, you say this white swan suddenly materializes out of nowhere. What exactly did I mean when I said that they had exactly the right time for the markets, guys? Via means of the charts. As the charts continue to show positive trends, we are now receiving the most insanely bullish news that has ever been known to mankind. Alright folks, payments are supposed to be received in 60 days. That is around 2 months from now, comparable to the 7th of October. Alright, after the election. Doesn't the front-run desk have eyes? The appearance of this is expected to take place around the month of December, and I am speculating on what would be incredibly bullish if market makers were to pump Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and every other cryptocurrency as well. This adds more fuel to the fire to the highest speed, and if Trump gets re-elected, guys, it's over. Do you choose to purchase Bitcoin or all coins? Do I? To put it another way, you might as well just take the chance. In any case, it is free money. In a technical sense, the Japanese public business Metaplanet has also purchased an additional 1 billion yen worth of Bitcoin, which means that these individuals are, I suppose, front-running you guys. I am so bullish for Mashiguru, a $10 trillion asset manager, that even BlackRock is so bullish. Guys, people don't grasp it. I am so bullish for Mashiguru. According to BlackRock, cryptocurrency is gaining popularity at a rate that is quicker than that of the internet and mobile phones. Rock that is literally black in color in a literal sense, the most important puppet in the system. We have BlackRock, the Federal Reserve, and Vanguard, right? We have all of these things. In order to attract wealthy investors who are also their customers, they are marketing Bitcoin. Take a close look and pay close attention. This is the first time that I have ever watched with you guys, so let's look into this. I would appreciate it if you could like this video, and then we can proceed. I was a part of BlackRock's themed investing program. I devote a significant amount of my time to contemplating the future and the various disruptive shifts that are affecting the world, society, the economy, and our portfolios in the immediate vicinity. Most of the time, this pertains to technologies that are disruptive. The majority of the time, it is about societal shifts. However, something that we discovered with blockchain and digital assets is that, in some respects, this is one of the technologies that has experienced the most rapid growth over the course of the past few years. The curve that represents our adoption rate may be found on the right-hand side of the chart. In this context, we are merely examining the rate at which particular assets are embraced by society. It is clear that blockchain technology and digital assets are gaining traction at a rate that is quicker than that of big revolutions that came before them. The men, wow. Therefore, the internet moves at a snail's speed. Do you agree? I'm going to guess that everything pertains to the moment immediately before the collapse, which is the most bizarre ritual and, oh, diabolical and sinister plot that they have going on, guys, to get everyone to come in. Exactly. Consequently, this would imply that Bitcoin and all of our other cryptocurrencies continue to surge to tremendously new heights, to insane heights. This has never been seen before. Pay close attention to this, it's very interesting. In this context, cell phones might refer to either the internet or mobile phones. There are a few different explanations for this as well. To begin, the fact that we are currently living in a more digital economy than ever before is the primary reason. In a year like this one, when more than half of the world's population is voting for new leadership, not just the elections in the United States, Mexico, India, and the European Union, we are seeing more geopolitical risk than ever before, and in fact, trust in institutions is declining. Additionally, if we are consuming things online, streaming videos, playing video games, and purchasing digital content, it makes sense to have digitally native assets to conduct those transactions. This is especially true when there is, secondly, and most importantly, more than half of the world's population is voting for new leadership. Whether it is trust in political institutions for the purpose of preserving peace and order, or trust in central banks for the purpose of containing inflation, the growing level of mistrust has made the requirement for a global monetary alternative even more pressing. Changes in demographics, specifically the rise of the millennial and Gen Z generations, are the third phenomenon that we are witnessing. At the very least in the United States, millennials are on the verge of inheriting trillions of dollars, are entering peak earnings years in their careers, and are playing an increasingly vital role in the economy. And millennials are significantly different from past generations because they, along with my age and others like me, were the first generation to be digitally native, meaning that we grew up with the internet and computers. We have a greater understanding of digital than earlier generations, which suggests that we are more inclined to adopt digital currencies. The maturation of infrastructure in digital assets is something that I believe has been incredibly significant to BlackRock and our journey in the digital asset sector. Finally, I believe that this is something that has been really crucial. We have witnessed the transfer of billions of dollars from venture capital and private equity into digital assets in order to fund the astonishing innovation that blockchain technology has to offer. As time has progressed, the regulatory climate has become more constructive with regard to digital assets and the manner in which individuals can purchase them. It is important to note that we are still in the beginning stages. 2.99 trillion, and it shifts on a daily basis. Since we put together this slide, it could be somewhat higher or slightly lower than it was before. So far, however, we have been able to concentrate our efforts on two digital assets, which are the two most significant. We believe that by focusing on these two assets, which together account for around 75% of the total market capitalization of the digital asset space and have some of the highest liquidity in the digital asset sector, we will be able to make significant progress in terms of making vehicles available to a greater number of investors. The topic that I'm going to discuss is now. XRP is a listener, which is an odd thing to say considering that they reportedly followed an XRP exchange-traded fund at some point. I want us to come back here to point out something that is extremely fascinating. It represents the internet in the years 1986 to 1980, which is the number of years since it became commercially available, and 1910, which is the year 2010 for cryptocurrency. Alright? In this decade, it breaks through to the mainstream quite literally. The number of individuals who are familiar with cryptocurrency is expected to reach in the billions, gentlemen. You guys can see that it is getting close to reaching 1 billion users. Seeing anything that is at least right again is so incredibly interesting. We are making progress, gentlemen. It's hard for me to believe. When it comes to the adoption of cryptocurrencies, we are truly at the forefront of the race, even faster than the internet and mobile phones. You really aren't prepared for how quickly it will happen, are you guys? Now here is a more accurate graph. I suppose so. The pace of acceleration is going to increase at an ever-increasing rate, gentlemen. Just take a look at this. Internet users are represented by the black bar, and cryptocurrency users are represented by the orange bar. Guys, take a look at the scale. Take note of the volume. Guys, if 2025 is going to be even crazier than it now is, then it is going to be like that. Do not follow the norm. Who knows, maybe it was during the fall of the system. Again, it appears that things are going to become really chaotic. This is shown to each and every investor in every single country on the planet. To this point in the year, the asset that has performed the best is new Bitcoin. Guys, there is no inferiority complex. People are like, wait a minute when they see this graph or chart. This is the reaction they get when they see it. For the money that I wouldn't care if it went down significantly, I might as well simply put in Bitcoin and let it ride till it reaches its current level. Indeed, that is a wonderful thing, gentlemen. The fact that this necessitates a foreshadowing of what is going to happen next is what makes this so bullish. Increasing numbers of institutions are decreasing their short positions in Bitcoin. Just have a look at the institutions, and this was on April 24th, when the market was at its peak. In the right direction, they were shorting Bitcoin to the extreme. It's getting less and less and less and less right, which suggests that they believe a pump is on the horizon. Really now, but then now it's getting less men look at that it's getting less and less and less and less right. When Jim Cramer begins to have a pessimistic outlook on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, they might as well wait a little bit longer. The opposite of an indicator is he, which suggests that this Bitcoin bull flag breakout is going to take place at any time now, right? This is where we should be bullish, ladies and gentlemen. The target is really close to 6 digits, if not higher, and there is a bull flag flying above the group. Do you know what would happen if our guys were there?